Hey, I was just actually like listening to this lady who said that people who were born between 1970 and 1979, which that's me, that's Gen X, um, older Gen X. Anyway, I listened to her and she said that all of us have a brown freckle somewhere on our forearm. And sure enough, I don't know if you can see it, but there is my brown freckle on my forearm, and I have one. So I had to figure it out. Like, why do I have it? And then I'm like, okay, I have a freckle. I figured that the real mark of a 70s kid was that permanent emotional damage from watching Watership Down, a cute little cartoon about bunnies. Far too young for that to happen. And then I was like, maybe it's not a freckle. It's where it's the ghost of a light bright scar happened from years of maybe parenting, questionable parenting. Um, I did fall off my bike. I do have a giant scar on my knee that my mom cut out handmade butterfly bandages to hold it shut rather than, heaven forbid, go to the emergency room. So, now granted, she's a nurse, but I mean, it is a scar that I had from falling off my bike. So maybe, when helmets were questionable and knee pads were questionable, that's my scar. Or maybe it's the mark of residual radiation from standing too close to the TV, because I was told I was going to go blind if I stood too close to the TV. So maybe it somehow impacted, the melanin in my skin to trigger a freckle. Or maybe it's because I sat there too close to the TV and sang Schoolhouse Rock cartoons along with the TV. Because the Schoolhouse Rock cartoons, let's face it, super cool, and they looked like commercials, but we didn't know that they were selling us knowledge. So hey, there's that. Or maybe the government marked all of us because they wanted to know in a study later on in our lives how we somehow survived lead gasoline, tab, um, drinking out of the water hose, and being forced outside because you were either in or you were out, and heaven forbid that you opened the door 12 times during the day so that you could either use the bathroom or eat or get some real water. I mean, out of the hose is real water, but come on. Or maybe it's a cosmic reminder of all the quarters that I fed into either Centipede or Pac-Man, and it's just trying to remind me that I spent all that money. There's possible. I mean, it's possible. Um, Anybody ever read or watch The Day After and realizing that nuclear war was an actual possibility? And although our parents had duck and cover, we got to go in the hallway and cover our heads. We didn't hide under a desk or anything because that would have been, ridiculous. But they did have us, hide in the hallway because that was so much better. Or did anybody's parents have jarts? I mean, maybe it's a scar from a jart, or maybe it's a reminder or a tattoo that we were able to survive jarts with our eyes still intact, or not having an extra hole pierced somewhere in our body. That's possible. Um, we also grew up without seatbelts. We grew up without sunscreen. We grew up with Tang being told that basically this orange colored drink was the astronaut's drink, so it must be healthy. So maybe it's a mark for that. And then there's no adult supervision. Go out and play all day and don't come back until the street lights come on, because then you know that mom's going to be calling for you. And then there's also the ancient song and symbol of our people to sing and relate to shag carpet and wood panel station wagons and phones that had coil cords that once coiled together were never going to become uncoiled, or could become swinging, like, I don't know, weapons that you could use against your brothers. Go ahead and put in the chat, go ahead and put in the comments what you think that scar would be if you were indeed the product of the 70s, and if you even have that freckle or that scar to relate to the trauma of our early life. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye.